All right, guys. Welcome to the Must Seat. Nope, that's not it. That's not right. That's not right. Welcome to Rock Solid Wrestling Talk Podcast. And as normal, we have Chico Libre. He's back in his normal position, just like Dynamite was tonight. Thank God. Kenny Cornette, the folded arm, the champ's not in the building. I think he probably got beat for one of the championships. You never know. You never know. And, I just gotta hate because, I'm Buck Nasty. You already know. So, I usually say, lots to talk about, but there isn't much to talk about. We had one show, but then we get through the day, and we start coming up through the day, and then something happens with Ring of Honor. So, apparently, the scoop here is that due to the pandemic and the cost of keeping talent under contract that whole time for pandemic kind of stretched them thin. And they actually have to take a break. Short hiatus, if you will. In the beginning of 2022. Looking to be back in April. What Twitter took that as is that Ring of Honor is out of business. Ring of Honor is done for. But then again, I kind of see why Twitter took it that way, because they've released, as a result, all of their talents from their contracts. They will be paying them throughout to the end of the year, but as of right now, they're released from their contracts and they're able to mingle about, take bookings, stuff like that. How do we feel about this, guys?
Honestly, as much as sad as I am to have to say this, I think this could be the end for them, because they were really not doing very well even before this.
Yeah.
And a lot of it did have to do with COVID, because they were reduced to no fans in the audience, and they were just running shows in empty arenas. But
Yeah.
I feel like every promotion, whether copying or not, should have done what AEW did.
Yeah.
Which was you gotta have at least the roster, or you get your freelance indie people in the stands making some type of noise. Like,
Right.
you can't have just nothing. You can't have just matches in front of nobody. I mean, there was that exception with Walter and that Dragunov guy from NXT UK. They kind of were able to use that to their advantage, because you got to hear like every chop, every slap, and so forth. But you can't do that with every single match.
Right.
So there's that. And honestly, up to this point, even up to now, they're running shows with no fans. I think they got extra scared of the Delta variant.
Oh.
And at this point, I think they were hemorrhaging money, like the money they had up until the pandemic, or during the pandemic. And I think now at this point they've run out of money, so they've had to unfortunately let go everyone. But I mean, at least there are other choices for the rest of the wrestlers to find work.
Oh yeah.
Bandito he's already booked for like 3 days for GCW. I'm sure there'll be others. I'm sure AEW will look at that, even if a few of them just come in for like a one and done, maybe a few months or something like that. We'll have to see how that plays out.
I think GCW will play a lot into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I will. The first Bandito show that's on Fight TV, I definitely want to see. Any match that with him will slap.
Yeah.
But I don't see ROH like just letting go of everybody and then just coming back. Because, like, first of all, who were they gonna hire a few months months from now, and is anyone even going to even really be interested at this at this point.
So then, like from what I heard, it was more of a Sinclair Broadcasting thing because they didn't capitalize on like stuff that they needed to during the pandemic to make the show engaging and interesting and stuff like that.
Yeah, that part. And if that's coming down from corporate too, that's an extra bad sign, I feel.
Now, Courtney, I want to get your take on this.
I don't have a take because I don't watch Ring of Honor.
Oh. Okay.
The champ has no take.
What do you want to see happen to these talent?
I don't know.
I think AEW and a few other promotions like MLW or even Impact and New Japan as well, they can benefit from a lot of people. I know.
Dude, Impact survived the pandemic and ROH didn't. And that's just really sad.
How does Impact survive all this shit after all the horrible shit they've done?
I don't know.
I can't even fully laugh at you right now because I'm thinking now. Why are they still here?
I don't know. I really don't.
I've got a question for you. Why are you still here?
Right. Yeah, right.
Oh man, but it's so true though. Like as much as it's funny to think about, but it's true. I mean, because it's just really it's baffling that and it's not even like they were like treading water or anything like that. They're putting on a good show. Like they got good people over there. They're putting on a good show. They're doing some good storylines, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was digging it for a while. Still am. I look in.
Yeah, but
from time
are
to time.
bringing in any income?
I don't know. Did that have to do with Billy Corgan?
I couldn't tell you the numbers honestly. I couldn't tell you the official numbers, but I'm also basing my possibilities that I just expressed based on how WCW was going to take a break for 3 months and come back, and we all saw how that turned out.
I didn't know that. I'm a youngin, so I didn't know that. You know,
yeah, actually, they were going to reboot the entire company. Yeah, Eric Bischoff was trying to buy the company, and it fell apart. But they were going to come back with like what was called the Big Bang pay-per-view.
That loser.
And,
just Bischoff.
He's been talking shit this past week, and these circumstances are coming about with ROH.
Talking so much shit. He probably tried to, Vince Russo probably tried to go over there and tried to save them, and they were like, nope, we're closing. That's it. That's it. We're not doing it. Bye, Russo.
Bro, just give me a job, bro. I can turn this company around just like that, bro. You give me a few months, and I will have this thing lucrative, bro. I promise you that.
I'm done with you. That boy said lucrative.
It's about time we got that on the show, though. So shout out to you.
Oh my Lord in heaven, Christ. But in which case the talent though, man, like the talent pool there. The Briscoes just won the GCW tag titles. They'll be all right.
Yeah, so they were gonna come back anyway. So
yeah, exactly. I'm worried about my boy Dalton Castle. I'm not worried about him. He's got talent for days.
Yeah.
But where does he end
up? A rock solid homie. Where is he going?
Yeah. And I'm very interested to see that. I said something about what's that chick's name? God dang it.
Didn't he have a WWE offer not too long ago?
Are you talking about Roxy, the women's champion?
No, wait. I'll figure it out. But what?
I'm talking about Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle. He had an offer from. Now that Velveteen Dream's gone, they need somebody like that.
Yeah.
You never
See him
know.
pulling that off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did get considered by WWE one time, but he decided to stay with ROH. I know what he's talking about.
Maybe they'll pick him up now that they're closed up or taking a break, whatever they're doing. Hiatus, whatever.
Yeah, I think
Also, another thing I want to point out before we move on to other stuff, where does the tape library go?
Yeah, everybody's like, Tony Khan, you should buy it, blah blah blah, and like that. It's worth it. It's worth it. The tape library alone. So.
Yeah, but I'm sure the E or AEW.
You hear that now? The E.
Yeah. Are gonna both the E and AEW are gonna like. It'll be interesting to see what type of bids they make, and we'll get it if that even happens.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't. I mean, yeah, because like you said, even if they were to come back or mount that comeback, they're still floundering. And how much longer is it going to last anyway?
Yeah, they would have like a lot of they would have a lot of planning to do. Too.
Doesn't help that Marty Scurll went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they can't have him for booking anymore because even though he's wrestling in Puerto Rico now, he's technically still canceled.
Yeah, technically, I ain't even gonna jump into that because y'all know my stance on that.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation which we covered already.
So, moving on here a little bit. Fun Dynamite tonight. Fun Dynamite last night, I'll say, because we go up tomorrow. Little camera trick there, but started off pretty good. I want to talk about that botch really quick in the first match. You think they make something of that? AEW has that that reputation of making botches canon. So, do you think they do something with that, or just let it slide?
Yeah, Pumpkin Fish. Yeah, I
don't think that was a mistake. I think that was intentional.
I thought it was intentional too. And when it happened, I was like, you know what? Wait, just wait and see, because, that could have been like, okay, well, Bobby Fish, like, okay, well, you really didn't beat me or whatever, because, there's a lot of scrutiny on Punk right now. I don't know why everybody's so hot and cold. I hate the IWC sometimes, I swear to God, because we have CM effing Punk.
They change their minds constantly.
Right,
CM Punk is not no different.
Like we finally got him back, and didn't fall. Like, let him go at his own pace.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, he's here. That's why I'm not complaining.
Right. I get to hear Cult of Personality every week.
I'm not complaining, but they want him in the main event spot for some reason. Like, no, give him time.
But then they would have complained about being in the main event spot.
They hot-shotted Punk to the main event after 7 years.
Exactly. They'll hate no matter what, and that's my job. How y'all gonna take my job?
I told you.
I mean,
you're no longer Buck Nasty.
What the?
He's the hater.
The fuck's going on? But I mean, come on! Like this is like what the hell? Like, be happy. Like, what's so wrong with this?
Exactly.
Whether it was planned or not, I like that it went down that way because Bobby Fish was looking very strong throughout the match.
Oh yeah.
Hitting Punk with some nice kicks in the legs and everywhere else.
Shout out to the birthday boy! Happy birthday today!
Yes, happy birthday to Punk this week, and Bobby Fish's birthday is today.
Punk was yesterday.
Wasn't it Monday?
No, Punk was yesterday, and Bobby Fish is today.
Oh, and Bobby Fish, he's like damn near 50 if he's not already, and still in great shape, still performing like a true contender.
Yeah, a high level, and I like that.
Yeah, high level. Punk is not looking slouchy either. He's in good shape, and
I mean, sometimes here or there, but he's got to get the ring rust off. Give him time. That's it. And what the IWC is saying and stuff like that. Like, you can talk all their SHIT, but That's none of my business.
Right. And I think that it was intentional, that finish, for the simple fact that Punk just took a minute to pin him in the first place.
Yeah, and yeah, I think so too. I didn't think of that specifically, but yeah, that's a good point. He did give that little like, what are you doing? Like look to the referee, but you never know.
But it's fine though. That's all anybody should ask for in wrestling. Like, if you got worthy contenders in the ring, both guys should look good, and you can go about it in different ways. I thought that was a good way.
Did the last episode of this, and we'll get to this later, but did we speak about the Charlotte Heat?
Did we?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It was only 4 days ago, and I
Yeah.
forgot.
We're old.
We can talk about it later. Still,
We're old men, yeah. Still to come. But what we're switching back here. To continue on with Dynamite. One thing I specifically wanted to, and I'm kind of jumping all over the place with Dynamite, so stop me if you need something else. But I'm really digging Serena Deeb. I just am. I know Kenny is. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
And not only that, like her stuff, she was looking right. So
Getting very easy.
Cornette, fill me in, man. Like what'd you like?
Did you
What'd you like?
Her whole heel turn in general, like she just needs to switch it up for once, and not that straight edge society bullcrap, but like legit contender type heel, which is what she's trying to do right now. And just get that push going. I mean, she's not going to be into the Britt Baker level just yet, but she'll get there eventually. In my opinion.
Speaking of Britt Baker, not to keep jumping around, but I'm not sure how I'm taking this right now. I love Britt Baker, I really do, but something's falling flat, and it's almost like the Roman syndrome, where it's just like the challenger after challenger. She's not going to lose it until she gets to Thunder Rosa. They'll probably not even pull the trigger on that right away.
That's the difference, though.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah, we discussed that briefly in the chat one time. It was just like, okay, I forgot who had this same reservation, but I was like, okay, well, but with AEW, it has a means to an end. Whereas Roman is just kind of flying by the seat of his pants. You heard that you read reports this week about how they want to build Roman up even harder. So make him not just the greatest now, but the greatest of all time is what they're looking for.
That's still not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Like, how are they going to do it? Like,
it's not going to happen. I mean, as hard as they're going to try, it's still not going to happen.
They're already running out of guys for him to beat.
They've run out of them already. They're gone.
They tapped.
They're gone. Like who else? What they did the shakeup just to try and get Roman new contenders.
Well, no, they do that shakeup like every Survivor Series season, which is fucking ridiculous. Which I've already gone over that because they're fighting for brand supremacy, and it's people who just got there.
Let's not forget about him.
Goldberg.
Yeah, hey, get out! Can you come out here out of the match real quick? No.
Oh yeah,
he's already limping.
Spears.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
I can't with Goldberg anymore. I'm sorry. Like they should have left that one and done. Dude. When he came back for Lesnar and did that with his son and stuff like that. It was perfect.
Yeah,
that three-peat.
He's been very bastardized at this point.
He's created a bastard who could call nowhere home. But
bastard.
See, now we're just testing the censors. That's all right. We know how this goes. That's okay. Censors, if you're out there, don't mess with Buck Nasty. But I mean, they are just WWE. I don't know how we got on WWE just now, but It's probably my fault, but
If
they're shooting themselves in the foot.
yeah,
And speaking of
we
that,
can save
what
that
about
for
the
later.
Greg
We can get back to
Hamilton
Dynamite.
situation?
What was that, Cornette?
I said we got to talk about the Greg Hamilton situation. He tried to fuck with our guy Westside Gunn, and he fucked around and got himself fired.
I don't even know all about that, like whatsoever. I just read, oh, he's released. Like, okay, so what happened?
Go ahead, Chico.
Yeah, so basically in a nutshell, West Side Gun, he samples like clips from wrestling every so often as part of his songs or part of his albums or whatnot. He's a huge wrestling mark. Like he titles his songs after wrestlers and events and so on. From Buffalo, New York. Shout out to our upstate brethren, by the way. And for one particular song or whatever, he's used like Greg Hamilton and now like announcing like somebody to the ring or whatever. And Greg Hamilton just got on this major flex shit out of nowhere, saying that like, oh, I'll sue you if you use my voice ever again, and I can bring in WWE lawyers, big time lawyers to sue you.
And WWE was like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah, he said he had better saved his DoorDash money up because he's gonna be getting sued and he's effed and all this jazz. And Vince is like, what the hell are you doing? You're fired. And don't bring us into this crap. We're not using my lawyers. You're done. Have to hang it up.
And honestly, I think
Vince was like,
yeah, Vince was like, you're gone.
Vince was like Martin Lawrence and Bad Boys 1. Don't bring it here.
Pack your stuff up. You're gone.
Oh man.
Yeah, and West Side Gun, he's not just like just any regular rapper who has to answer to a major label. He owns Griselda, and he's not signed. He was signed to Shady. He's not signed to Shady anymore. So he can pretty much like do what he pleases. He doesn't have to bow to this dude's whims. And I don't know if he's commented on the situation since then, but it is funny as fuck that this announcer guy did all that and they just got rid of him. So now he doesn't have the WWE lawyers that he said he had.
Right. That's the funny part about it.
Yeah, that's the best. That is the best part.
So Gunn can say, where are we at now? What you got to say now?
What's like Gunn was like, contractor, no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
Greg said, well,
pardon me, but the beast does not include selling out.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like people only do things because they get paid. That's just really sad.
I'm sorry, I can't think about it anymore. It's making my head hurt.
Here, take 2 of these. New print. Yellow. No. Different. I can do that whole thing.
Oh, God. Hamilton shot himself in the foot. Just so bad.
I guess,
I'm just glad we don't have to deal with Kevin Owens. That crap. Hate it.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is this week's winner of Fuck Out of Here of the Week or
Fuck Out of Here of the Week. Fuck out of here. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Stay tuned for that because your boy Libre is gonna be taking names and as we would say in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, kick names and take ass. So
exactly,
which would be good. A lot of good changes coming you guys' way. Been working diligently and getting this all set up. Stay tuned. So, getting back to Dynamite.
I think Mel's gonna be in the Hall of Fame of Fuck Out of Here of the Week if he keeps it up.
Facts.
So y'all haven't had y'all fair taste of Mel. He antagonizes us all, but he hates.
Well, no, I have, but not as bad as you.
Yeah, we've been dealing with it longer than Kenny has.
Yeah, it's Chico's been dealing with
But
it
see, I
longer than
picked
me.
up on it though, not even having been here long, because
Mm-hmm.
he wake up, yawn, and see Marcus's lightest grin and just say, "Hey, I'm gonna go attack this guy today."
Like what I
Yeah.
do.
Marcus suck, right, Marcus?
Like what I do.
Yeah.
Like he be trying to draw Kenny be like, don't you do it. Don't you do
Yeah,
it.
he be instigating, yes.
The instigator.
Alright.
But more on that later. Not today, but later. Getting back to Dynamite though. They had fun in the main event. That's a good old fashioned, it's almost like a holiday episode, but it wasn't. But it was still pretty cool. I love when the Elite comes out and stuff like that. And they do that stuff. So there's a bunch of nerds. They have a lot of fun.
Yeah, very good callback to the Indies.
Yeah.
The Elite came out as the Ghostbusters, and Dark Order. Stu Grayson was Kratos. Eva Luna was on that cowboy shit.
Cabana was Cutler.
Cabana, Brandon and this
Real good.
Cold Sphere.
I kind of wish I could do that, but I wouldn't be convinced.
Who was Johnny Hungy trying to be?
I have no idea. He said he was gonna be Bambi. Yeah, so he was Bambi. Dumbass.
That didn't look like no Bambi to me.
He just found something with antlers.
Disney.
Yeah. Hungy was like, "Shh, you want to get sued?" That's why he got a different costume. Oh man, use that shin of yours. But in which case, they had a lot of fun in the main event. The rest of the show really did seem like a big setup for Full Gear. And that's okay, because I like that. I like when they do that, because they do show, they don't just pop to the matches. They show germs of matches and stuff like that throughout the weeks as they build up to it. And sometimes it doesn't even feel like a build, but it is. And I don't know, I like that, because it makes it feel like it's long-term storytelling. And most of the time it is.
We got to point out how they had that horse guy that Evil Luna rode in on. They had him run down along with Alex Reynolds and Alan Angels.
Mm-hmm.
So the horse was in the ring, and they were thinking it was a member of the Dark Order, so the Elite gave him the super elite trigger.
Yeah.
Because it was like all four of them that did it.
Yeah.
But then they unmasked him, and they realized it was Brandon Cutler. He must have gotten taken backstage at some point. I'm sure they'll expand on that on being the Elite on Monday.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
then
they did that. Wishbone Crunch on 2. Hut.
So they had a guy as dressed as the Stay Puft Man, and that turned out to be Hangman Page. But before that, Rick Knox got knocked out, and I can't describe it as well as it can be shown on the TV. So go back and watch that match if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's a fun match. Don't worry about that.
He clotheslined the fuck out of Matt Jackson, beat the shit out of Kenny. Basically helped the Dark Order win the match. They deserved to get the win back.
Oh yeah.
So then when Rick Knox came to, then he counted 1, 2, 3. Slow count, but he got it nonetheless.
You're talking about the win back from their Space Jam match, right? The one where Hangman lost the. Yeah.
Even not just even that. The 6-man like a couple weeks ago, as well. Because as well.
Yeah, where they kiss Budge.
Yeah, couple interesting spots in that match. Once Rick Knox was knocked out, they did the shell. If you notice, Kenny Omega was like, "Oh, shell shot," as a shout out to the old Ninja Turtles.
Wishbone Crunch on 2. Hut. Wow.
Turtles in Time. Right.
Love it.
And then they power bomb Colt Cabana right onto the Proton Pack.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't. So I was catching bits and pieces of it, because like the last 10 minutes of the show are always go and set up for the podcast and stuff like that. So I always miss
Yeah, what?
a good deal of it.
Yeah, watch that playback
Yo,
tomorrow.
the most active Colt Cabana's been in a match in a long time too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like old indie,
Unless he's
the
doing
old
something on
indie
the other
Cabana
show
that
I'm
we know
not
and
seeing.
love.
Yeah, hey, that's straight out of the shy, Mr. Shake and Bake Colt 45. You know,
Boom, boom.
wrestling because she feels alive. No, Cornette, give it up for your favorite character. But
a couple more things that we got to talk about that happened before
Okay.
that match, because we got to talk about MJF. He did that squash match with that jobber, and then he cut that long promo shitting on Boston.
Oh man, he really said banging rats though. He really went there. Like, whoa, okay.
That was for Cornette.
I believe it. You would pick up
seriously.
on that, Cornette. Like, I swear. Like, you know.
Yeah, Jim Cornette just watches him bang his own personal rap, but that's another story.
Oh no. And then Libre went there.
I did.
Look at Cornette. Look at Cornette.
Yes.
Oh,
Your
no.
daddy Cornette be watching.
Oh, that was perfect. Oh no. Oh, it was perfect. Like, I couldn't ask for anything better. I didn't do nothing.
Yes.
Usually I hate. But
And I'm back.
that was pretty good.
And scene.
Oh man.
But no, he was mentored by Cornette when he was in MLW. That's why I say that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's why MJF knows what to say, because he knows how to pop his mentor.
Okay. Yeah.
So he can get talked about. He can get his
Gotcha.
name.
Didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Alright.
I dig it. But the whole segment ruled for me. Like, it was like
Yeah,
Warhorse ruled ass. Yeah.
Yeah, he was running down Darby,
Don't say
and
that
then
jackass's freaking catchphrase.
Come on, you like him. Don't lie.
Fucking whorehouse rude ass.
Yeah, Warhorse rules ass.
No, whorehouse rules ass.
Just like the Knicks rule all. Yeah, the Knicks rule all. But that whole segment was killer. Like, it's so simple. Simple segments get like just the best time.
you gotta describe it though.
I was just having okay. So, MJF, he's, tearing everybody down, blah, 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 and he's got some good lines in there, for sure. And then the lights go dark, and he's Shawn Michaels Montrealness from 06, I believe. And, if it wasn't Sting, we would think it was Sting, but it wasn't. Then the lights went out.
Well, that time
very funny Spears. What was that?
Yeah, the music hit.
Yeah.
Before that, the music actually hit, and then he was like, "Ha ha, fooled all you idiots!"
Mm-hmm.
And then the lights went out completely.
Yeah, and then they
he's
showed
like, "Oh."
like Darby beating up somebody on stage that had an MJF mask on.
Yeah, he was at some live show.
Yeah.
Somebody had like the cutout MJF from like a picture or something. That Darby does this like frequently with other major opponents he's had.
Major opponents he's had. Yeah. So
and then,
he does that a lot. And like I forgot the last time he did that was like I want to say it was Starks, but I don't think it was. It was one of them.
Yeah, he definitely did it with him for sure. And that's what's so. I just want to point out real quick. That's what's so dope about the creative freedom that their wrestlers are granted.
Right.
Because Because Darby does have a really great eye for film, and these shorts that he films do add flavor to any match that he has.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And whereas if he was in the E, he would not be allowed to do any of that shit.
Heavily produced.
Oh, absolutely not. Heavily
He
scripted,
would be,
heavily produced.
Yeah.
he'd be jerking the curtain at 205 Live right now.
Yes.
They don't even have a
Instead-
205 live, actually.
Right, no more. Yeah. Tony, the premier athlete of that, is sitting in AEW's crowd.
Is he signed with them yet?
Yeah. Yeah, he's signed.
Oh.
He hasn't gotten the graphic yet, but it's been pretty much confirmed.
Right. That's why they're keeping.
And he was in the crowd tonight, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. Barely see
he had
him. He's like a head up over the barricade, like that.
Yeah. And he did have a match on Dark last night, and it was
Yeah.
it was taped last night, and they filmed like a whole bunch of other matches with other people.
I didn't have a problem with the segment. The only gripe that I have is that they can't keep having these inconspicuous weapons under the ring. Like, as soon as Darby went under the ring, he automatically had a skateboard with thumbtacks down there.
I mean, you could make the argument that he planted that there, like he had the plan all along. That's what we're led to believe, I guess. But I get what you're saying. It's kind of like the Kofi plates on the WWE belt when he won it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would definitely bother me all the
He
time.
had the text on it.
Right.
Not only that, they had it covered in a rag under by the ring, so you knew he was gonna.
I didn't. So the people in attendance knew he was gonna win it, like, because they didn't show it on camera until they went over there. But yeah, that would have killed it for me.
Like
they talk about kayfabe all the time.
Anyway.
Right. They talk about kayfabe, and they're the ones killing it too. So
That was the Homer dog food moment right there.
Stupid. But you said something about a gripe that you had. The only gripe you had with
Just
the
that.
MJF.
No, that was it.
Not with the show, Mr. Jericho hater.
Oh, good God.
You turned into Buck Nasty on Jericho.
He always does.
Yeah, but he came out with his music, his pyro.
Yeah.
And then it took him forever to do his promo with the microphone. He was standing there, one, because he was out of breath. And then two, he wanted to say his chorus before he started talking.
Oh man! Now that was the Homer Simpson when he was training boxing.
Yeah.
Just a second. Just a second.
Eyes going crooked, everything.
Oh my god! He's chasing snakes.
Before that though, we had a really good match with Sammy G and
Yeah.
Page.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. I'm such a filthy, dirty Sammy Mark. Like, you have no idea. It's ridiculous. I love anything that man does.
The shooting star from the top turnbuckle to the outside onto Page. He got a holy shit chant.
Oh yeah.
He did like the standing Spanish fly that he always does on Page.
Man, he's a big reason why I just straight up just enjoy AEW. Him from the start. Yeah, like literally, for one of the 4 pillars, and that's for a reason. We didn't see Jungle Boy this week because I'm assuming he's selling.
Hey, was Miro on there anywhere?
No promo, nothing. Well, that's good. That's kind of good. God damn. But that's okay. I mean, he don't have to be there every week or whatever. Like, the last time we saw him, it seemed like he was, taking time to like find out why his God is forsaking him and stuff like that. So I mean, can make sense.
Yeah, it's gonna still be interesting to see how Miro comes back.
Yeah, and where to? I'm pretty sure that's what you mean by part of it is where will he fit in? Because we obviously would want to see him after a title or something like that, but he just had a title, and that doesn't exactly equate to anything. He's not going to go back for more. That doesn't make any sense.
If Hangman wins the title, which we're all hoping, at Full Gear.
He's gonna. No if.
Do you think he faces Miro for it like within the first few months of 2022?
No, because then that's backed into a corner, at least in my view. Because you don't want Miro to come back and kill after like just kind of avenge the TNT title, that type of thing. And then if he's losing the Hangman, because Hangman's gonna have a pretty lengthy run, I'm pretty sure. MJF is earmarked for that title next. It's gotta be. Like, I think we say it's early and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it, but what better way to start establishing him as a big player? Then they have him go up against Page. He can lose or whatever, but he's gonna get that title eventually. That's just what I think. What do you guys think?
I mean, there's a couple possibilities they could go with if Hangman wins the title. They could do Hangman MJF, or they could have Punk finally go heel against Hangman.
See,
A lot of people are clamoring.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of people are clamoring for that.
Just about to say that. That they, people really want Punk to turn heel. Like, I guess that's because that's when he did his best work.
Yeah,
so,
that's where his best promos come from.
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, I'm
at the
just
same
enjoying
time,
the ride, man.
Yeah, and we also people also want Punk and MJF, and Punk has to be a face for that.
Yeah, has to be. Yeah, because you cannot
They
don't
already
ever turn
teased it when
MJF
they
heel.
came here, remember?
Yeah, they chanted his name at MJF to piss him off. He's like,
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah. Because we're a bunch of screw ups here in Iraq. He didn't tear us apart nearly as bad as he tear Boston apart. You've got the accent.
Well, MJF already did that before the show even started.
Before he even landed good.
Yeah, right. Rochester's got nothing going for it. And these idiots around here believe them.
Yeah.
It's a news story. The local news. Like, come on.
He was out of line, but he's right.
Right.
Somebody went on the news and said that. That was good stuff.
I think that was your boy that said that.
It was Zach Warner. Shout out to my boy. You know who you are. But in which case, yeah, they really did. He's like, he's kind of right. What can you say? We love The Rock, but sometimes The Rock don't love us.
It's our home, but
right.
He's right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were all born here, stuff like that. So
I thought it was fantastic though. That's
Yeah.
classic heel shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was funny seeing all the people that don't really know wrestling like that react to it.
Yeah.
They were just like,
Dance, puppets, dance.
Right. That's exactly
Hey,
what I tweeted. It's exactly what I tweeted. Exactly.
I like that.
Dance. Dance. Oh man, but he did some good shit tonight. I'm not gonna lie. What was that? There was another segment on the show that I wanted to talk about and get in.
Cody.
Cody, that's it.
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody.
I will not turn.
He's gonna turn. He's gonna turn. I don't understand. These are all good guys, but like.
Okay, Cody, you won't turn.
Right. Somewhere they can see. He can't see you winking through the phone.
Mr. Khan can't see you winking.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, like his promo, it was nice.
That's flavor for the show.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. But like he, I don't know where to go with this Cody thing because they had an easy out with like turning him heel and stuff like that. Just let Malachi beat the brakes off
him.
And
Anderson was right in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
They were alone.
Yeah, and he's shaking his hand. He was an arm distance from him. He could just kick him right in the gut. Got JR to say, "Oh, you little bastard! What'd you do that for?"
What'd you do that
See, that just goes to show you that our brains are still stuck in emo because that's what we was expecting.
Yeah, exactly. But
It's
can you blame us?
It's a slow burn.
That's classic Stone Cold setup.
for? Our WWE PTSD
You can kiss
kicked in
my
again.
ass.
Don't leave. I want to show you something. Right there. Ah! Well, it's classic Stone Cold setup, and we've been trained on that. And if anything, I'm going to be trained on, I'm glad it was Stone Cold.
That's a classic.
At least you got trained by the best.
Classic. That's a Triple H. That's a Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Just those top guys like that. That's their typical heel turn move right there.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of Triple H at SummerSlam 14 with Bryan.
Oh, where he turned down Bryan after giving him the belt? Yeah.
And Michael Cole shrieking like a little girl. But, I mean, yeah, it's a classic thing. But you can't help because everybody's got to get their wrestling styles and stuff like that from somewhere. Literally everybody on the AEW roster grew up watching WWE stuff because that's how old WWE is. So they grew up watching these people, wanting to be wrestlers, stuff like that. So obviously they're going to adapt some type of style from them. And that's what I don't get with the IWC, man, because they be at it. Like Saturday Dynamite with the ratings and stuff like that, they were bragging about how SmackDown's rerun,
The encore presentation beat them.
Like, and even if it was Fox's fault, it's so petty. Like, it's really petty. Like, you got those fans out there on either side of the spectrum where they're like, "Oh, haha, we did this, blah blah blah." Like, okay, yeah, that's cool and all, but the E-drones are just so much more like vigorous with it.
They love their cheap victories.
Yeah, and it's annoying. It's very few that they get those victories, but I kind of understand that they'll grasp on or whatever and stuff like that. I had to cancel somebody from Zoolander, whatever, bro, whatever. Peace, God bless. Because they were just going in and in and in. But cry about it.
You just unfollowed them tonight, didn't you?
What happened?
I said you just unfollowed them tonight.
Oh, I sure did.
That was a very big step in the breakup.
Oh yeah. That's why like to the point where I don't even want to know what's going on. WWE on Fox is next, so watch out. Trust me, because I'm getting sick of your little nonsensical memes. We know they're coming from old people, and you're trying to be cool, but that's not cool. You gotta be cool like me, Carlito.
Cool like Carlito.
Caribbean, but nasty.
Hey, what about this deal that they're trying to put pay-per-views on Saturday nights? Oh
man, see, that's part of the reason why I unfollowed them. Like stop. Like, and then everybody's like, "Oh, NXT's been on Saturdays forever." Like, NXT's out of pay-per-view.
Those were takeovers, and they were network specials.
Exactly, network specials. They're not core 4 pay-per-views and crap like that. Y'all didn't do that stuff. Saturday Night Main Event wasn't a pay-per-view or anything like that. So like, it was a show on network television. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah. Saturday Night's Main Event was every blue moon.
Oh, okay. So
I hate
wasn't even every Saturday
back
night.
to them. But can we talk about the fact that
I love it.
We can no longer say that it was Triple H's fault that NXT has been failing because Vince has taken over with his 2 lackeys, Laurinaitis and Pritchard. Whatever the fuck his name is. And they've been failing ever since the debut show came on TV with them being in control. So we can't blame it on Hunter anymore, saying it was his fault that they were failing.
They've been failing to us in our psyche. I've seen so much on Twitter about how, NXT 2.0 is just so much easier to watch now. I like the change. I like all the. Man, listen. They go. This is what NXT 2.0 last
Yeah, I'm
week.
like
That's
you, Chico. I'm surprised
700,000.
too because I don't see none of that on TV.
700,000 K
None of that.
with 2.20 in the demo this past week for them. So they beat Saturday Dynamite as well.
Well, there's no way they could beat them on Wednesdays if they were still head to head with
That's
that
why they left.
presentation.
Yeah, that's why they left. That's exactly it. But then what I shared to you guys tonight about the Laps fan coming back and how appreciative he is for AEW, that just warms my heart, man. That just does.
Yeah, all the way down to the coppers.
I sound like Mel, because it just warms my heart. It really does. And then it makes me sound like Simon Miller because it makes me feel all warm down in my tum tum.
Down in my tum tum.
Shout out Simon Miller, we love you.
Yo.
Yes. Up.
What?
Holding up.
One thing I gotta bring up from today. The reason why we've been going at Mel Hart again on this show today is because he was talking about how, why do you guys call it the E? That's so WWE-est.
Yeah,
But yo,
Wait a minute, is that why y'all was capitalizing the letter E in all of y'all words?
Yes.
Yes.
Love it. I didn't pick up on it until the very last minute.
Trolling 101, dude.
Oh man.
Goddamn.
You know how in those sitcoms or whatever where one of them does like something
Chico like I meet E with it like what?
Right. Chico was going in. Chico was going in. I was just sitting back eating popcorn, just watching.
Well, they was writing ransom letters.
Right.
All the E gifts I put up.
Mr. Enigma. Edward Enigma. Yeah, I love fucking with Mel though. I swear to God, because I don't want to say he's easy, but it's too easy. Like,
yes,
he hates it so much.
It's too easy.
Yeah. It's easy. Oh no! See, he won't come. See, now we keep doing this stuff, but he won't come on. Like, we gotta get him here in studio.
He does call himself Easy E, right?
Oh, you know what would be a good one? Whoa!
He calls himself Easy E.
He does.
No. Yeah, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, Easy.
Next time we should tell him. You should tell him, "Whoa, just take it easy, man."
Oh my God! I hit him with that.
Josh.
I hit him with that over the weekend, and he was pissed. I forgot, he went in on something. I was like, just take it easy, man. That is the best. Oh man, we gotta edit this stuff to Mel's liking. He loves the letter E. Silent E is making his escape. But
he said, "Can I ask you the truth about something? Can I just be true for 1 minute? Can y'all just say that y'all don't love the WWE? Because that's just not cool, man."
And how many times have I told him face to face, blatantly, I hate the WWE, and he, nah, you don't hate the WWE. Stop lying. Don't lie.
Well, no, he says that he doesn't like it too, but he hates when you criticize it.
Oh, I'm gonna criticize it all day long, baby. My name is Buck Nasty. Must have forgot. You hear me? But in which case, I mean,
he's weird with that.
It is. Yeah. So I mean, we talked about Dynamite a lot tonight and things like that. It was nice. The whole show was. I hope they get back in the millions in their regular time slot. I'm pretty sure they will because, like it or not, owls. Like it or not,
Dynamite with a capital E in it.
AEW did get it has some of the lapsed fan. It has some of the casual fan, and we see that a lot because with the difference in fluctuating ratings and stuff like that or numbers, there's no way that they don't. So the thing is to try and figure out how to get that number to grow. And I'm sure they're thinking about
Yeah,
it every day, but still.
truth be told, with how AEW is going, there are lapsed fans who are like getting wind of it.
Mhm.
I was at Walmart Chi today. I ran into a couple homies of mine, and I plugged the podcast to them, and they were talking about like, yeah, they have heard of it, but they haven't like fully jumped in yet. So I've been putting the word out there, like, yeah, jump in, man. Like, and truth be told, this is the good, this is the if you are a last fan, you haven't watched wrestling for a long time because of a lot of fuckery that WWE committed. I would say to by all means give AEW a chance.
Oh yeah.
I believe you will like what you see. Truth be told, and I've said this before, it's not that people hate wrestling, it's just that WWE has been the major representation of wrestling for so long. And
Yeah.
they just ran everything the way that they see fit. But if you were to show them things like stuff from New Japan that we like, or like things from ROH such as Bullet Club, or I turned a girl who I was dating, I put her on to Jade Lethal, and he became like her favorite wrestler because of like just watching the match with Roderick Strong.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you'd be amazed how you shows people certain things and they'll actually like it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's not that they hate the concept of wrestling, it's just that they just can't really get.
But then again, you have to
like.
find open-minded
Yeah, my
people.
wife doesn't even follow. She doesn't even freaking.
That too, yeah.
She can't follow the stories for AEW, but she tunes in and watches it because I'm watching it. So she'll ask questions and I'll fill her in. But yeah, even she likes it. And she was a Max fan too because she was at WWE Mark a while back, a few years ago, and then she stopped watching it because work and business took over. Other than that, yeah, she got bored of the shit too. But
That's what happened.
Yeah.
because I'm watching it, like she even watched it tonight. And then she fell asleep because she had to.
Yeah, we just got bored of the product.
Yeah, those
man.
left stands like that, they're gonna need that help from us to like answer those questions and fill them in because
Speaking of Lethal,
it's hard.
I would like him to go to AEW.
Yeah,
Out of the Ring of
yes.
Honor people. 'Cause I do like him a lot.
Yeah, he's been ROH for life for a while now. Yeah, he needs a new environment.
Somebody who didn't have to
And
go to the
he's
E
been one of the best wrestlers in the world,
make a
so-
name for himself.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he probably would have been in the New Day if he had went.
Oh yeah.
At the Black Machismo.
Oh man.
Or
Yeah.
he'd be Bearcat Jay Lethal.
That's probably why they did the stupid and I'm gonna go fast because we gotta wrap things up. That's probably why they did the Curtis Axelmania crap in WWE because they couldn't get Lethal or something like that.
Yeah, because they wanted Lethal to come in at the Black Machismo and give them a Slim Jim deal
All right.
so they could have an endorsement. He wasn't
no.
falling for it.
But that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so that WWE could finally get that Slim Jim deal back.
That's what I'm saying. So they can get that Slim Jim deal. He said, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay over here. ROH. World
God.
titles.
Real titles. That either sounded like Chappelle as the Count or impression of Bill Clinton. To me, just now. I don't know.
I'm over here with World Championship. Bend over hoods.
I love a good Bill Clinton impression. I really do. Like, it's just too funny to me. It's always funny. But in which case,
Yeah, if there's ever a prospect for AEW to get, it's Jay Lethal.
yeah, I agree. Everybody wants Bandito to go over there, stuff like that. I keep forgetting her name, and I'm gonna be pissed off that I don't remember it because I just because I just retweeted it. What was that?
Roxy is the women's champion, right?
I believe so.
Y'all don't want her going
Puerto
there.
Rican from Texas.
Y'all don't want her going there.
No, I don't really know.
Trainee.
He might have shot her in the foot.
She come from the ROC. She just got signed to Ring of Honor, and I think she even had a couple of Impact appearances too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, she could go there.
Oh. What's this about?
You put Roxy in AEW, and she'll take over that whole company, man. You know what I'm saying?
I just came across
straight to
this on Twitter.
Wyndham, the Fiend.
2 more days.
What's that?
Yeah,
about?
2 more days. His no compete.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay. So what's he gonna do, man? Like, it's close to Halloween. We got Rampage coming up.
Where will he go?
That's taped. That's being taped right now. Actually,
he's going to
Impact. Yeah. He won't be there on Friday.
Yeah.
But
he's going to Impact. The Titans.
This Wednesday might be.
Yeah. Never know.
I hear that Braun, well not Braun, Titan and Jonah supposed to be at the pay-per-view, but they switched the plans up for some reason.
Yeah, because everybody was onto it. I'm onto you. And they ruin it. Fans ruin stuff like that. Like, you try to catch them off guard and due diligence to each company for trying to do that and keep surprises. I caught Adam Cole's Unrestricted podcast appearance, and he was talking about
so did I.
Truck and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool. And they thought they forgot. He thought they forgot about him. It's pretty cool. If you haven't listened to Cornette, give it a listen. You'll enjoy it. I just like hearing Aubrey talk, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But in which case,
yeah, Unrestricted is a good podcast.
Yeah,
they have interviews with their talent every week. Every week is somebody new.
And
a whole bunch of.
I need Aubrey to dress up as either Valak from the Nun movie or Marilyn Manson for Halloween, because that's exactly who she looks like.
Is it Marilyn Manson?
One of those two people.
Help me.
Yeah. The blue contact in and make her face all pale. Or like I said, dress up like the Nun from the horror flicks.
Reach out and touch fate.
That remake slaps.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I love that song. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it for the first time on Mad TV as a performance. I've been in love with that song ever since.
Yeah, that definitely went down if he performed on Mad TV. But on AEW Unrestricted, there is an FTR one if you want to start there, Mr. Cornette.
I love FTR. Yeah, I will. We'll check out both of those.
Cornette's like, ooh!
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, yay! FTR! That's where we live!
I have to see them.
FTR, yay! Hooray! FTR,
yay!
Yay! Yeah, that's
FTR,
who I like.
hooray.
Yay! Shut up! Oh my lord! That's fucking fantastic. You know that's probably how it went too. That's what's so funny about it. Oh man! But on that note, you guys, we are so out of time. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and stuff like that. Next week we should be back in our normal time slot, and we should be good. And yeah, we're nearing the end of the first season. Yes. So we should be pretty good.
We're almost a full year.
I can't wait to the start of season 2.
Oh yeah. Me and Cornette cooking something up. It's gonna be good. Oh man,
Yeah,
why'd I
maybe
just
you'll
say
see it, maybe you won't.
that? The bottom line is you will pay attention. What? I said you will pay attention.
watch, because we said so.
And that's the bottom line. You're gonna put your little beady eyes on the Rock Solid Wrestling Talk podcast, and that's the bottom line because Buck Nasty said so.
What?
Oh man, we are out of here. That's Chico Libre. That's Kenny Cornett. This is Buck Freaking Nasty. We'll see you next week. Later.
Peace.
Yeah.